Hey folks, this is Neil here from Fayart, and time for something a little bit different. We've been cursed by the internet gods for the last couple of weeks, so we weren't able to have our stream, but instead we decided we still wanted to play something and have chosen to play a one shot of MAC, a Monster Adoption Center. This is a wonderful game designed by a really awesome member of the TTRPG community. They are on Twitter at Stories Tavern, and their itch.io page tavernstory.itch.io. The wonderful David Jensen. Please forgive me if I've messed up your surname. I don't think I did, or your first name for that matter. So Monster Adoption Center is this really wonderfully fun GM-less system. It's a rules-like game, which, as I said, you can get on the itch.io page at a very reasonable price. If you were thinking of purchasing it, maybe wait till this Friday, because it's a creator day on it, so the creators get a bit more of a cut. That's this Friday, 17th, Paddy's Day. But nonetheless, it's a really fun game. It uses a simple D6 system, and in it we are playing individuals working in a monster adoption center. This is a center for monsters who need to find a new home, and the purpose of the game is just through a collaborative storytelling. We find our monsters and we unite them with their new carers. So we're going to start off by describing our characters for tonight's game. So Christina, starting with you.
Hi. Okay, so my name is Zombelina Zombieface. I am a zombie. I am already started to rot because I've been a zombie for a while. So some of my hair is falling out and have bits of my skull is showing, and I also have like a little whiff about me because, you know, smelling of smelly decaying flesh, so that kind of follows me wherever I go. So yeah, that's me. Hi.
Okay, Susie.
I'm going to be Una. Una is a dinosaur. She is a Parasaurolophus. Sorry for anyone who doesn't know what that is. It's basically she's one of the herbivore dinosaurs. So she can walk on two legs or four legs, and she's the one with the big ass crest. If anyone's seen The Land Before Time, I'm showing my age here. It's Ducky.
Ducky. I knew it was Ducky. I knew it was Ducky.
Yep.
Yep.
We were tortured. Our kids films and shows.
Yeah.
We were bloody tortured as children. Yeah. What was character building?
Yes.
Yeah, we're getting into the if I suffer and everybody else has to as well. And
Yeah.
I don't know if I agree with that.
Yeah.
But, so yes.
Okay.
That's what they did in Germany, like, you know, me and yeah. It was so cute. It was like heartbreak every time.
Yeah.
She's so cute.
So my character for tonight's game is Reginald Thaddeus Blythe. He is an elderly gentleman, finely dressed in a perfectly put together tweed three-piece suit. He has his fine trimmed beard. He wears gold rimmed glasses and has a gold pocket watch, and talks with a very distinguished accent. Now, before we start the game, the first thing you do in Monster Adoption Center is you must create your adoption center, okay? And it can be anything you want. As it says in the rules, it could be a space station in the sky that adopts aliens, a building with interdimensional doors capable of rescuing creatures from all planes of existence, or just an adoption center across the street. So, ladies, any ideas of what our adoption center might look like?
I don't want to go for any of the suggestions,
No, of
because,
course
like,
not.
you know,
Maybe something like a swamp.
oh yeah, a swamp.
Okay, so you think it should
We're
be?
in a
You're
swamp.
thinking it should be in a swamp? Okay, Christina.
Well, it could.
Yeah, go on, Susie.
Yeah.
I'm not like in a swamp, maybe kind of a swampy area. I'm thinking, sort of Florida, probably full of alligators type deal.
Oh, that's kind of
So yeah,
Not
no.
necessarily Florida, but that
Everglades kind of.
Florida Man is not in our game, okay?
No.
But it's that kind of environment, Everglades.
So you said swamp, and I immediately was thinking a massive treehouse in one of those. What are they called? Bayou trees, the big. I'm thinking Legend of Korra when Korra meets Toph and the massive tree at the center of the swamp. Yes. Okay. Right. Cool. So a massive. So this is massive treehouse in this giant tree in the center of this magical swamp. Okay. Christina, what do you want to add anything to that?
And that was connected in the show. Remember,
it was connected to the spirit realm too. Yeah.
So it's connected, of course. So it is connected to all sorts of interdimensional kind of blah. So we can pick up anything.
Cool. So there's
that floats through that is the roots of the tree are like anything that it feels like there's something lost anywhere. It'll.
Everything from Cthulhu to dust bunnies.
Exactly. I love them little dudes. Exactly.
Cool. Awesome. So, okay, well, that was really quick and easy, actually. I'm shocked how quickly.
That was a brilliant idea, Susie.
Great idea, yeah.
Everglades. That just lent. Yeah, we both immediately jumped to the same conclusion. It's like,
this is totally what I have in my head.
Well, I mean, as well as that, Susie and I just finished rewatching Korra. So as soon as you said swamp, the tree at the center of the swamp where she trained with Toph immediately came to my mind. It was immediately the first thing I thought of. So yeah.
Totally.
So
so in my head, you've totally got hippies and crusties just living around, and they're like seeing all sorts of crazy shit all the time, but they're totally fine with it because they're like, I don't know if it's because of the stuff I'm smoking, but
maybe
we can all live together.
I don't know what's the difference. Does it actually matter? Everything is dude, cool.
So
it's also like in my head.
Awesome. So I just want to talk very quickly about the stats for anybody who wants to. So there's 4 stats in the game, okay? And the stats are patience. So this is your stat user. You want to preserve and maintain concentration on a task or conversation. Empathy, to feel the emotions of the monsters or the carers, because we're both dealing with the monsters coming into the adoption center and the carers looking to adopt new monsters. There's communication, you use it to see if your questions are clear and if your messages get across. And knowledge, to recall information about monsters or carers in your establishment. Okay. Regarding how the game works, there are 4 different types of actions that a player can take in their turn, okay? You can build a living space, you could getting to know them better, making a connection, and opening the door, okay? 2 of these are narrative based and 2 of these are roles based, meaning that you're rolling your d6s, okay? So building a living space, this is a role based action, so if we want this to succeed, we need to roll a d6. We can add one of our skills if we want, if we have a +1 modifier in it, okay? And you need to get a 4 or higher to succeed. If you succeed in a role-based skill, you get a Happy Vibes token that we can add to a pool of tokens that we all get to use. And if somebody doesn't roll great, they can take tokens from that, and each token gives you an additional +1. Okay, getting to know them better is the other role-based action, okay? So you might be using this. This includes all, as well as just in general, getting to know the likes and dislikes of your monster or carer. You can also learn a personality trait, and there's a fun personality table that you can use to determine. You can pick or roll randomly to get it. Okay, and then we have our 2 narrative-based actions. There is making a connection, so you use this to describe how a monster or carer might bond with each other and possibly leave the center. And then opening the door, which is, I think, like the first action, really, okay? So this is when you are opening the door to the center to reveal a monster or carer who has arrived, okay? So it's a very simple, fun game. 4 actions, 4 stats, rolling d6s, and that's how this is going to work. So, I guess, does anybody want to start first or what? Anybody got an idea in their head for a monster or a carer?
I imagine you're the oldest of us in game.
Yes, I am.
Because I imagine your character being like a, elderly,
Oh, yes.
very distinguished gentleman. So age before beauty, I'd say the older gentleman starts.
Okay, so Reginald he's sitting in the veranda of the
Has to have a
treehouse
veranda, yes,
of the
absolutely.
adoption center treehouse.
Are you sitting in one of the rocking chairs kind of type?
No. It's a high-backed, very fine chair, very, very fine upholstery, with lovely detail carving into the rich rosewood. Okay, and I'm sipping my cup of Earl Grey tea from my fine shiny
Of
cup,
course.
listening to the chorus
Queen's
of
Speed. No.
yes, the chorus of the Swamp Canopy. When I hear a little ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling from the front door.
Yeah.
Well, excuse me, ladies. I believe that we have a new arrival. So getting up, I walk over from the veranda into the foyer, into the hall, and towards the front door. And opening the front door, I see in front of me a rather strange-looking sight.
Uh-huh.
It's this bright kind of a verdant kind of azure blue blob. Okay? It's about the size of one of those big medicine ball thingies that pregnant women are encouraged to get when they're pregnant. But it's not spherical in shape, but it's approximately the same volume and size. It's blobby shaped, okay? And as I open the door, I look at, well, hello there. How are you today, my friend? And the blob shifts, and what looks like a kind of a crude eyeball appears looking at me, and then what looks like a mouth kind of appears, and I was like, well, you've come to the right place. I think you're in need of a home. Please, 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 come in, my dear friend. And I open the door, and the blob blobs their way into the hall. And you both see our newest arrival in our adoption center. Blobby.
Blobby. Very nice.
So, would either of you like to attempt an action?
Yes,
So-
I welcome Blobby
Mm-hmm.
by saying, because my vocal cords have kind of started to rot.
Okay, right.
Translating for her. She says hi. This is Zombelina. She hasn't had vocal cords for a few days now, so I hope you'll learn to lip read. The rest of us are, you get the hang of it. It's you're gonna be okay.
So, only had
Do they have anything with them? Or...
No, just their blobby form.
Blobby
Okay.
form. Oh.
So the blobby form is a like gelatinous cube, like might
No.
have stuff in there.
No,
or...
it's not a gelatinous cube. It's like, looks like a partially melted jelly tot. Like it's that kind
Okay.
of amorphous kind of shape. So,
Okay.
so like, by the way, folks, we've never played this game before, so we're all kind of learning the mechanics as we play along, but that's the fun of it. So
We're gonna make stuff up.
pretty
It's just
much.
gonna-
So you could, if you want, you could try to get to know them better. We've already opened the door. You could try to make a connection. We could try building a living space, but
Yes, I have empathy. So I'm gonna try to determine how it feels if it's hungry. Yes, that's what I'm. If it would like a snack. That's what I'm trying to determine here.
Okay, so I think that would
Ruby
be.
doesn't want brains though.
I think that would be a getting to know them, a getting to know them better action. So that's going to require a roll, and you have a
Yeah.
+1 to your monster empathy, don't you? So
I do,
you can
yeah,
add
yeah,
that to the
I
roll.
do. Okay, let me see. Oh, fantastic! I rolled a 1, so that's a complete stumble.
That
So
is a stumble. So in
I
what?
go and bring brains, and because that's my favorite food. So yeah, I do indeed bring a little plate of like finely chopped brains, and try to like hold it in front of it, and I think Blobby is just kind of sniffing at it and just goes back,
No, definitely does not like that at all. Okay.
spits it at me or something like.
I'm gonna so I'm gonna say that like it pulls away from you, but moves closer towards there's a lovely fine fish tank in the foyer, and it moves closer in that direction instead. Okay, so Susie, is there anything that you'd like to try?
Not my prize
Any actions
fish.
that you would like to take?
I'm gonna go to the fridge or freezer and see if we have any fish. If we don't,
My
I'm
prize
going
fish.
to. I don't want to take your fish. I'm so
My
sorry.
prize
I'm gonna see if we've any like, fish fingers or something in the fridge or freezer.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
and you're gonna
Let's
bring that
see.
out. So are you trying to make a connection or getting to know them better?
I'm trying. I suppose I'm trying to.
Because getting to know them better is a roll, so you might fail, but if you succeed, we get a happy vibe token.
Okay, so I'm gonna do the getting to know.
Okay.
Happy.
So
Happy
So I'm
vibe
gonna
token.
like
so
kind of.
are you? So what? I can't remember what +1s did you put into which stats?
Knowledge of
plus
no.
1 to knowledge of monsters. Oh, I have a -1 to empathy for monsters, but I
But
have.
you could say we could say that you're trying to tap into your knowledge, what you know of other monsters, to see. Do you remember what blobby thingies like to eat?
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's go with that.
Yeah, cool. So roll your d6. and
Also, I can see that he's looking at the fish tank,
Fish.
so I'm kind of like, maybe it's fish.
I'm looking worried.
That was also a 1.
Oh my god, you guys are rolling terribly.
That's only 1 roll each, so
Yeah, so you have 100% failure rate.
So far, yeah.
I was like, so I think they don't like your fish fingers either. And I go, it's like,
Okay.
No.
okay, my boy. Well, this is. I think. Let me. It reminds me of. Oh, years ago when I was in the Amazon and I fell into the river, and there was this what I thought was an algae of some sort, but it turned out to be some sort of a amorphous type creature that was mostly made of slime. Now, I'm not saying that you're a slime, my dear boy, but it certainly does remind me of that. And he's pointing towards.
And I was very, very drunk.
Yes.
Do you guys remember that skit?
I remember that skit, yeah. So I'm going to try to get to know them better as well, because I also have a +1 to monster knowledge, okay? And that was a 4, +1 is a 5. So actually, it does remind me. And from what I remember, those creatures that I met, those slimy creatures, they were interesting. They were a very, very interesting creature because they were aquatic, you see. And they actually photosynthesized. But they only photosynthesized in water because, you see, the wavelengths that they had evolved to photosynthesize at were the wavelengths of the light from the sun going through the water, you see. Which is probably why this delightful creature's got this lovely azure blue. Also, it's probably a camouflage for, a semi-aquatic environment. So, I don't think the brains or the fish fingers are going to work, my dears. But I think, yes, possibly semi-aquatic photosynthesizing organism. Fascinating, really. Fascinating. Yes.
Well, I get a
totally,
base on them.
Thumbelina totally thinks you're onto something. So I want to communicate my appreciation and go, hey.
Do you want to stick them in the fish tank, or will I get a basin from the kitchen?
well, Blobby, would you like to take a rest in the kitchen? And I try to making my connection to them. I'm going to say that he kind of moves up towards me as I have my hands out and kind of glides up onto my hands, and I pop him onto the fish tank, and he pops in happily, blobbing around.
Rose fish.
Pretty good. Yes.
Doing blobby things.
Yes. So what will we do now, my dears?
Maybe we get one of the carers, I suppose. I mean,
Well, there's nobody here right now. I mean, we could. I mean,
they're
Wait
all
till
alive.
somebody turns
wait,
up.
wait for the door to bell to ring, and maybe a carer will turn up. But anything you'd like to do while we're waiting?
I'll offer you. I pass around my plate of brains.
No, thank you. I ate it already. Thank you.
Vegetarian.
She's a herbivore as well. So, yes. No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Yes. So, well,
Nibble
And
a
I'm
little
not-
bit, and then I go to the kitchen and put it away.
I'm gonna munch on some spinach while I'm.
well,
Exactly.
I mean,
I'll bring you a new. I come out and I bring you a new cup of Earl Grey tea,
oh, thank you.
the
my
way
dear.
you like
And
it.
he's like, maybe we should make some sort of a den for the creature. What do you think?
Oh, yeah.
Now,
So maybe we'll make some sort of a little pool in the corner of it so it can.
Yes, I mean, now, I'll be honest, it's not really my forte. I don't really have the patience for that kind of stuff. I'll certainly help if I can, but, I mean, do you think maybe, would this be something that either of you would perhaps be better at?
Again, I could help, but no.
But, Zombalina, I think you do have patience, don't you? Now, do you have +1
I'm
patience?
dead, of course I have
You have
patience.
patience in Monster or Carer?
Monsters.
So yeah, you could definitely attempt to make the enclosure and add your +1 for monster patience.
Exactly. Exactly.
Building a living space. So do you want to roll for that?
Exactly. I'll go, and I start kind of getting stuff together, and I'm gonna roll with my little swirly. 4 + 1, 5.
Okay, right. So that's a success. So what does
Okay.
what does the living space look like?
Yeah, I'm going outside and I try to find all sorts of different things, and I'd say because in a swamp there's lots of flotsam and jetsam, and I find like, how big is this thing? Like,
As I said, it's approximately the same volume as
Oh,
one
yeah,
of
of
those
course.
big
so
balls.
let's say I found a tire, like a tractor tire, and I drag that up, and then I'm just kind of, like dig some, like, with some clay or something, I make a little, like, kind of pool, and then I even gather some plants and several trips, but I'm happily doing that. I'm dead. I have nowhere else to be. I have all the patience in the world. So I'm gathering up some moss and some ferns and some da-da-da, and I'm like, me nice somewhere where close to our veranda where like the light comes in, and I'm literally making a little kind of jungle for it to kind of swim and be happy, and I'm like,
No, yeah, and you do a really great job. A really great job and make this lovely thing, yeah. So
and after that I have to count my fingers, and I think I probably lost a finger somewhere in the swamp.
probably
Yeah, that happens. Like,
occupational
Hippies
hazard.
find-
occupational hazard of being a zombie.
The hippies find it. They're like, oh well.
Exactly. Yeah. Probably a crocodile eat
Is
it or
this
something.
yours?
Is this yours? Oh yeah.
Marv, did you lose it?
That's the occupational hazard of a zombie.
Cool.
Yeah.
So now that we have a living space, does anything else happen? What action are people taking next? So remember, we can try and get to know them better to try and learn the personality of Blobby. Making a connection is more between the monsters and the carers, or opening the door of the center
I'd
for
like
a
to
new
get
monster
to know
or
it
carer.
better. Probably while I build the space, I kind of see how it reacts to.
Okay.
like the stuff I'm dragging in, and then
So,
see if it likes
I-
it or not. So yeah,
I-
I'd like to get to know better.
Are you using empathy? Are you using communication? Because this is all. This is
Empathy,
so that's a.
because I can't really talk a lot. So like, yeah, I'll use empathy.
Okay, so
See if it looks happy when I drag something in, and I'm like, put the fern somewhere and see if it looks happy or not, moving the ferns around, or if it's happy with a plant I'm bringing in, and if not, I'll throw it back out again.
cool.
Just
So
kind of, yeah.
give us a roll.
Okay.
Crouch, leave your fingers in the room, though.
Yeah, so I rolled a 3 + 1, it's a 4, so I just get to it.
Hey,
I just
that's
managed.
still a success, right? So I don't know. Do you have the rules in front of you? Because there's a personality example table.
Yeah. There
So,
is and it can be determined. So I think
you can
what
pick
did
if you want or roll 2d6.
Yeah, I roll it like so. I got 2
Oh yeah,
6s.
let's roll. I was like, I love this. I love this idea.
Oh,
Like,
it's
hey,
witty.
Yeah.
It's witty and it's 3. It's witty and it's a dreamer.
Oh.
A witty dreamer, so it's probably likes to sit in its pool and kind of go, oh,
Cool.
la, la.
Cool.
Thinking about blobby things.
So,
Dreaming of blobby
Una,
dreams.
is there anything you'd like to do right now?
Well, I mean, so Zombielina, you get to know it better.
Yeah. And we've built it a living
I
space.
suppose I'm gonna try and. What's the other option? But making a connection.
Which is what you do between the monster and the carer, or open the door.
Oh, I'm gonna open the door and see who else is.
Okay, so the doorbell rings.
Is there anybody else?
And
we probably have a wind chime. That's what I imagine. Like.
And you open.
Yeah.
So when
somebody can kind of walk in.
when you open the door, what do you see, Una?
Oh, it's up to me. Okay.
Yeah, well, you did the action.
Yeah. Okay. So at first I don't see anything. And then so there is a very well dressed wearing a really nice long coat in front of me, kind of slightly feline face, and I'm saying, oh, hello, can I help you? And but I'm just a little bit too heavy in my footsteps, so it kind of jumps back, and as it kind of stumbles, I realize it's actually 3 cats in the trench coat.
Okay.
But they're big. They are big cats. They have insanely sharp teeth and like really massive claws. One is.
Are we talking bobcats or Maine Coons?
Probably like Well, one is like a bobcat, and then the other 2 are like Maine Coons. So one of the Maine Coons is snowy white. The bobcat is actually black, but its eyes, the bobcat's eyes are red. And the white Maine Coon's eyes are blue, and then there's a sort of like red, not like ginger, like your bean, but like kind of
red, like proper
a
red,
red
like
cat, yeah. And that
what are the red's eyes?
The red's eyes are white.
Nice.
With no, like, it's just sclera. It's no so they all have like massive teeth, and they're kind of at the door, not sure about coming in, but I'm gonna like step to the side and invite them in.
Okay.
And do they do like sniff and come and do the cat dance like of coming in or not coming in? And
So
they come in and they take a footstep and then they go a footstep out and then they go sniff and then they kind of and then they wait for you to close the door and then they scratch on the door again, so you have to open it. No, sorry.
No, the two Maine Coons are a bit like that, but then the black kind of bobcat looks at them with this like,
It's like fuck's sake.
Hop the fuck on, get in, and they're like, oh, sorry.
And do they scramble back into their trench coat?
The bobcat kind of gets back into the trench coat and just kind of walks in, like, but dragging the coat behind.
Yeah.
Because the other two ran in ahead because they kind of got freaked out when the bobcat looked at them. So the bobcat's like, "Oh, I have to take the coat in myself." So it just kind of gets into the coat and kind of. So I'm there.
From pause,
I'm there standing, waiting for the coat to drag across the floor, so I don't accidentally shut the door on.
Okay. Seeing this, then Reginald goes up to the trio of cats and says, "Oh, good afternoon, my friends. My name is Reginald Thaddeus Blythe. Welcome to the Monster Adoption Center. How may we help you?" Susie?
Oh, this is back to me. Oh,
you summoned this carer, so this is back to you.
Yeah.
Okay, so the bobcat explains that they were basically kind of not quite sure what happened, sort of found themselves in the swamp, but people like the hippies were looking at them a bit weird, and so they were drawing too much attention to themselves, so they stole a trench coat.
Disguise themselves. I see. Very clever.
Themselves. And heard one of the hippies mention, "Oh, that house full of the crazy weirdos," and thought maybe this is somewhere I could go. So yeah.
Okay. So Reginald, so are you here looking for accommodation, or were you looking for a new companion before you head back home?
They don't really know where home is because they don't know how they got here. They don't know where here is. They don't know where here is, so they've just kind of found themselves here. Because, roots connected to the spirit world, yo. So
they need the home.
Yeah. Maybe a companion. But it has to be warm.
Oh, it has to be warm.
Has to be warm. Preferably with a nice fire or something.
Yeah, so we need to wait for something. We don't really have anything there yet, no.
No, we don't. Unfortunately. Right.
No.
So, nothing quite like that fits the description right now, but perhaps we'll get you something soon.
Exactly.
Okay, right.
Make friends with what's here.
But, the sun is nice and warm, so that's...
They like the sun. Okay, cool.
They like the sun.
Right. So, Christine, are you taking an action now, or do you want me to take an action?
I try to get to know the cats a little bit better, just to kind of see what's their story or what they're like,
So you're gonna try and get to know them better?
Yeah.
Now you'd be using your carer stat here.
I know, which is a minus, so like... Oh, cool! -1. I have no idea. Somehow cats don't...
Unfortunately, we only...
Don't connect with me.
Yeah, so we only have like 3
I think
happy
it's
vibe
the smell,
tokens.
me.
So even if you use all 3 tokens, that wouldn't be enough to pass.
I think it's the smell, do you know what I mean? So yeah, no,
Well, while this is all happening, I hear the doorbell ringing again. Okay. And,
Busy day.
well, yeah. So, going up to the door and opening it up, what I see in front of me is a somewhat, well, it's kind of an odd looking sight. All right. It's what appears to be an octopus, but
Okay.
he's wearing a top hat and has a rather fetching monocle
Okay.
and has a very,
Very
very
good.
fine looking cane in one of his 8 limbs. Yes, as I say, oh, good afternoon, sir. Please, please, please come in, come in, come in. And the octopus, walking on its limbs, comes into in the hall and into the foyer. It's like, well, good afternoon, sir. My name is Reginald Thaddeus Blythe. Welcome to the the Monster Adoption Center. And how may I help you today, fine sir? And the octopus turns and says, well, my name is Lady Guinevere McFinn O'Dova Smith. I'm very sorry, my lady. I don't know my octopus physiology all that well, to be honest with you. She says, it's perfectly okay. She says, I was here because I've just moved into a lovely chateau in the northern section of the swamp. There's this lovely, lovely space, but I'm feeling a little bit lonely, to be honest with you. My beloved husband, he passed away there only a year or so ago when I got really sick of him and started giving him lots of nuts. He had an allergy to nuts, and it was very unfortunate. But anyway, I've been feeling...
Yeah,
You're
my-
dark fast.
Like Thumbelina's smile is just kind of like, oh, okay, yeah, okay. Like I was very empathetic because on the grounds of being dead myself, but like as soon as she said it, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, oh, fine, yeah, okay, we're going that way.
Una
Oh,
is looking
right.
at Thumbelina in just in this like that got fucking dark fast. Jesus.
It's like,
Um,
so anyway, I heard about your this lovely business that you have, your wonderful organization. I was looking to find maybe some sort of a pet or a companion that might suit me. She said, well, actually, we have a new addition to the center who's just arrived today. And they are a semi-aquatic organism themselves, so perhaps you would get along very well if you'd like to follow me, my lady. And brings her to the enclosure that Zombolina had made for Blobby. And she says, oh, that's very, very delightful. I was like, this is absolutely wonderful. And yes. Well, I mean, this is Blobby. Very, very witty chap. He's very easygoing though. Quite the dreamer, and quite a pleasant fellow, really. Yes, very pleasant chap. Yes, very easy to look after and to care for. He photosynthesizes, so you don't need to worry about him being fed and watered, obviously, because he's an amphibious being, sort of like yourself. They might be an excellent fit if you think so yourself. And she goes, this is absolutely lovely. Yes, it's like, hello there. And she reaches out a tentacle, and Blobby extends out a section of his amorphous body into a pseudopod, and like shakes hands with her tentacle. Her pseudopod to tentacle check. Well, I think this is truly delightful. I think he'll be very happy at home with me now. I was like, thank you very, very much. It's like, well, shall we go, Blobby? And she says, he just kind of bobs his head up and down, and just slides out. He says, well, I'll send my men around later to pick up the enclosure. And the Lady Octopus and the Blobby exit the adoption center off to their new happy home.
I sniffle as Thumbelina sniffles a little bit, like, she has, like, a tear in her eye. So she just pops it out, cleans it, pops it back in. Like, you know, it's always hard to see them go, but you know, it's good for them. Yeah. So, like, oh.
Your heart's still there. Yay.
Yeah, even if it's not pumping anymore.
Right, I might try and make a living space for the kitties.
Well, are our kitties carers or are they monsters?
Well, they just showed up at the door, so.
As do carers.
Oh, okay. Um.
They need a home, or are they looking for
Well, they're
to
looking for
adopt
somewhere.
somebody?
Are they looking
Yeah,
to adopt somebody or are they looking to be adopted?
Okay, they're looking to adopt somebody, but they'd like somewhere to live as well. So.
Yeah, they need somebody to adopt them,
Yeah.
to take care of them, who's their new
I mean,
forever home, their new family. Like, yeah.
Yeah, because yeah, the hippies might be a little too scared of them, but
Yeah. Yeah, cool. Make them a living space. Yeah, exactly.
yeah. So, given the knowledge that I've gleaned from them,
Well, so you have a +1 to monster knowledge, do you?
monster knowledge, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, come on. I need a good roll. Okay, that's only a 3, so no.
Well, we have our
Well,
happy
we have to.
five
We
tokens.
have to
We
have
have
the
three
happy hope.
happy
Exactly.
vibe. Do you want to spend one of the happy vibe tokens?
Yeah, I might spend one of the happy vibe tokens to bring it up to a
Okay.
4.
Okay, so that's a success. All right. So what kind of living space do you make for them?
So I am gonna sort of. So I get them somewhere. It's nice and bright. So there's so there's a nice sunny spot, but then I'm gonna get some blankets and sort of drape them over things to make a kind of nice little hidey hole, because you know cats love that too. I'm gonna grab a couple of spare boxes as well, because cats are obsessed with boxes. It doesn't matter how big they are.
Yeah.
And just gonna sort of, I'm gonna make sure it's all nice and dry, and that there's a sunny kind of bit that they can kind of lie to sun themselves, but also little kind of hidey holes as well, so they can kind of do that kind of things. But also like places where they can scratch and sharpen their claws. I'm gonna kind of go around the swamp looking for random bits that they can of wood, so they can kind of climb or sharpen their claws, and then if they get like zoomies at 3 a.m. or whatever, they can also do that on the running up and down pieces of wood and stuff.
Cool. Zombalina, are you doing it?
What am I doing? What am I doing? Oh yeah, I try to get to know the cats, as in their personalities. Yo, I do that with empathy. Oh, I rolled a 2 + 1 is 3.
Do you want to use one of our? Do you want
Yeah,
to...
sure. Why not? Why not? And we only have one left, but like, I it. So what are they like? Let me see. Okay, they are energetic. Yeah, that fits. That's what they are. I rolled 2 3s, so they're energetic. End of story.
Really energetic. Okay.
They're fucking
awesome.
hyper.
Okay, cool. All So you've spent some time getting to know them better, get to know their personalities and their energetic. Okay, so what we doing now, guys?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna bring them some food, but not brains. I learned my lesson. I'll probably bring them the fish fingers. Yeah, I'll bring them the fish fingers. So, yeah. Oh, roll.
No, you don't need to roll for that. That's not like,
Okay.
yeah, that's not one of the 4 actions in the game.
Yeah.
So you
No,
don't need
that's
to.
what I'll do. I'll bring them some food, and that's how I get to know them better.
Yeah, so that's when you're getting. That's how you get to know them is
Exactly.
is
And
giving them
then
a good.
I'll fetch a broom and I'll start cleaning out and just wait for the next person to arrive, I suppose.
Hmm.
Yeah. What could the next person be? Oh, and then the doorbell rings, exactly, or I hear the
Cool.
wind
Yeah, you
chime.
hear the doorbell ring. Cool.
Yeah, and I open the door, and then in front of me there is this a giant kind of lizard person. They're walking on 2 legs and they're kind of looking at me really strange, and they quickly, like, their tongue comes out and they quickly lick their eye, and I'm like, and they come in, and I lead them to you, Una, because I feel like, you know, dinosaur lizard, there might be like a connection, so they might feel happy to talk to you.
We're reptilian and cold-blooded, so yeah.
Exactly.
Actually, not to be that guy, but a lot of paleontologists now question whether dinosaurs were cold-blooded or not.
True.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
They weren't technically reptiles. They were from a different evolutionary tree.
That's what they
Okay.
think, yeah.
Hmm.
So anyway, they like the look of you and they start talking to you. It's like, oh, hello. My name is Horatio. Horatio Butterhouse. Mec no Horatio Butterhouse Field, and I just moved into the rock in the southern center of, or the southern corner of the swamp. It's a nice sunny place, you see, where I can kind of sit out and enjoy the sun. And I've built this, or I renovated this lovely house with this lovely big terrace, and it's gorgeous and beautiful. And you see, I enjoy sitting in the sun and getting warmed up. So I would love some companionship. Anything fluffy and warm I can cuddle up. Anything that loves sitting in the sun and be warm. And then once they're warm, you know, run around and climb a bit. That would be
We
fantastic.
have a group of 3. Now they have to come as the 3, but
Oh, I have
they
lots of space, lots of
love
space on that rock.
they seem to love all of those things. So please come and meet them.
Oh,
So,
brilliant. So
So
Horatio goes to the kitties, and they're like, "Oh, aren't they amazing? Oh, they're so warm and wonderful." And they start purring. He's like, "Oh, isn't that delightful? Isn't that delightful? Oh, yes, you guys, you will love it. I have like this wonderful house, and you can climb. There is all sorts of wood, and you can climb, and I can climb with you, and we can get warmed up, and oh, it's wonderful. If you like that kind of thing, I would love these kind of things."
this all the big black one, the bobcat, who gives you this sort of goes up and rubs against you, and once he does that, the other 2 kind of follow
Oh,
along because they're kind of
wonderful.
okay.
Horatius, like, this is
He's saying it's okay, so it's okay.
this feels wonderful, lovely, and warm. This'll be fantastic. Like, once the sun goes down, and we can all cuddle up in a big heap. fantastic. Yeah, exactly what I was looking for. So I'd be
Like, they are
delighted to
they
share my
are
house with you.
they are super fluffy.
Yes, I'd be
Super,
delighted to
super
share my
fluffy.
house with you. This is wonderful.
Fluffy little demonic cats.
Yes, wonderful, wonderful. Sounds brilliant. So they wander out, and I'm like, hey, waving at them, and they all wander out to the southern corner of the swamp where it's even warmer than in the middle of the swamp to enjoy their lovely sunshine-filled lives.
Cool.
But away from the hippies.
Yeah, yeah, the hippies are like, it's too warm for them there.
Cool. So, is that our last monster?
They don't go there anymore because like last time they hung out and got stoned, they were like completely and utterly sunburned. So they're like, oh dude, no.
Yeah, it's like the worst sunstroke they'd
Oh
ever had.
dude, hey, you look so red, like man, oh no. So they don't hang there anymore.
I'm throwing up in a dark room for 4 hours.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Because sun
Delightful.
safety is important, kids.
It is, yeah, yeah.
Oh god.
Use sunscreen.
So, would you say that that's our last visitors of the day, or does anybody else hear the doorbell ring?
I think it's starting to go. That I think that was a very successful day for us, and Thumbelina's gonna start dinner, and she's trying not to lose one of her fingers in dinner, and yeah,
You don't eat meat, so I appreciate it.
yeah, exactly.
Okay. Well then, I think we'll call it. Well, we're gonna finish up there before things get very silly. As I say, this is just a brief, introduction to this game. It's a really great game, where it gives you a chance to just do pure improv with your friends. So you can play this for. I think we played for about 45 minutes, but you could continue playing for hours. It's entirely up to you. Okay. I hope you enjoyed it. As I say, you can get it on itch.io, tavernstory.itch.io. David is a wonderful creator. They actually have another game currently on Crowdfunder, Relive. This is a beautiful game where you are creating memories. So you and the other players create memories for the characters. It's doing okay, but could do with a bit more support. I'm going to put a link in the doobly-doo to it, so if anybody would like to check it out, please do. Let's help another amazing indie creator get another amazing indie game out there. I really hope you enjoyed it. My name is Neil. I am the creator, designer, writer of Faearth, an indie TTRPG set in an alternate 19th century Earth, where all the creatures from folklore and fairy tale are real, have always been real, and always alongside humanity. We normally stream on Tuesdays at 8 o'clock Dublin time, which is basically London GMT time, at twitch.tv/Faearth. And our two players, Susie and Christina, are two of the players in that campaign. Not playing this evening because internet problems, which are hopefully going to be fixed for next week. So hope you enjoyed this VOD, this one shot. This is going to be just one of many one shots we hope to do over this year of fun indie games to help promote the work of our fellow creators. So yeah, if you enjoyed what we did, be sure to follow us. We're on all the socials at Faearth, except for TikTok, where we're at Fae_art. But yeah, I hope to see you soon. So thanks everybody. Bye.